I might tear up talking about this.
Okay.
I wanted to be there for my family because I'm so family oriented. I don't eat when I'm stressed. My ex-fiance left me and I hit like 115 pounds. It's really hard, especially as a young female.
Yeah.
I was not cute as a child. I'll tell you that right now. I had ugly duckling syndrome. This is new, I like to say. One of my girlfriends, she had someone, she's like, I swear it was a shrimp dick. Put all that time in and then like you had an emotional bond and now what?
Oh, look how pretty you look. Oh my gosh, this lighting on you
It's
is
so good.
Wild.
This equipment is
dang,
girl.
And the pink on the the light is like pink in the back, so it's.
I wasn't sure what to wear. I
perfect.
was like, okay, I brought like, it's so funny. I knew I was gonna be here 24 hours, and I brought like 8 outfits. I was like, if I have to change, I have my
the
suitcase.
same person.
I swear.
We're the same person because I do that,
And they're all like
what?
cozy ones. So I'm like, okay, well, if it doesn't work or if I'm not wearing the right thing, I have things that I
You
can
have
change into
backup.
really quick.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, for sure. There it is. See,
He knows.
I don't miss a beat.
He knows.
You know me. I'm gonna catch it.
And you know all this equipment's gonna pick it up because
I know you can edit them out, but I don't want to hear them. I want to hear us. Welcome back to Her Rich Life, the group chat you wish you were in. Today, we're talking to Sydnee Falkner, a powerhouse coach, fitness entrepreneur, and reality TV star of $1 Million Secret. She's redefining what it means to live confidently, chase your goals, and love unapologetically. From growing up in Alaska to building Cake Co Fitness, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. And making waves on the show, Sydnee is here to spill her journey, her secrets, and the real story behind the TV cameras. You know how I'm excited.
I am so excited.
So
I'm so
excited
grateful to be here. Oh my
when
gosh.
I met you a few months ago, I literally locked eyes with you and I felt like our souls aligned.
And in what the 10 minutes we've had, we're like, well, we're basically the same person. So that makes sense.
We're the same
That makes sense.
I love it. Okay, so you grew up in Alaska, which is wild. I want to hear all about that. What was the experience like as a child?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we moved. I was actually born in Colorado, but we moved when I was like 4 years old.
Okay.
So I was raised in Alaska. I'm an Alaskan girl, wilderness girl through and through. And how I wound up there is a little bit crazy, actually.
Okay.
So my dad is a very outdoors guy, right? Like man's man. Him and a buddy were up in Alaska doing their thing, and they got stuck out in this like storm for an extra 3 or 4 days. Yeah. When they were out on a trip, they got back to camp and they were just having the best time. Most people would be throwing a fit about it. Well, the camp owners, or like who ran the camp, were Chuck and Sally Heath. And they're like, Alaska needs more young kids like you guys. What do you do? My dad was a journeyman. My mom had her teaching degree, but she was doing at-home daycare because my brother and I were so little. He's like, bring your wife and you up. Come check it out. So my mom and dad go up to Alaska. They get up there. Chuck and Sally aren't even home. Their daughter, Sarah Palin, is at the house. Yeah. Before she was Sarah Palin, she was still a PTA mom at the time. This is like 96. And they were up there in the summer and they just loved it. So they took 2 toddlers, 3 and 4 years old, no jobs, nowhere to live, and moved us to Alaska. So we stayed with Sarah and Todd for about 6 weeks. My dad got on as a journeyman. My mom opened up a daycare, and we were in Palmer for about a year. And then my dad got relocated out to Glen Allen, and it just so happened a teaching position opened. As I was moving to first grade, my brother was moving into kindergarten. Things work out how they're supposed to. Yeah. And we moved to a town of like 500 people. It was probably 1,500 at the time. Now it's significantly dropped. But my parents are still there.
Okay.
My brother's in Anchorage now, but I grew up outdoors. Like we canceled school. You get snow days here sometimes, right?
Right.
We canceled school at negative 50. It had to be negative 50 degrees ambient. Or if it was negative 48, 49, guess what? You were going to school. And you left your vehicle running and you hoped that it would, like, you didn't run out of gas or it kept starting.
But I mean, that kind of cold. Okay, yeah. Describe that kind of cold. Because I've never felt it before.
I like to joke and I say everything after negative 35 kind of feels the same.
Okay.
But you walk outside and you can't you can't breathe. And the only thing I could compare it to is, after I graduated high school, I worked in the oil field actually. And that's how I paid for college. My dad shipped me up because he ended up working for BP as a lineman up there.
Okay.
And he ran the T&D shop. So I got hauled up to the oil field 3 days after I graduated high school to pay for college. And
oh my God, I have so many questions. Okay, go ahead.
I was hard hat, steel-toed boots, and Carhartts. I was no cushy admin job. Like I had to it was wild. And I know we'll get to that, but it hit -80 with wind chill one time.
Can human beings
I don't
survive
think
this?
so.
I mean, that doesn't seem possible.
No, and we're little. So I had to
Right.
layer up and I
Right.
looked like the Michelin man walking around and all I had the fur rim and all this snow gear and everything like that. But my childhood was very different. We didn't have satellite or TV. So I didn't grow up. We had VHS or DVDs. We watched movies and whatnot. I grew up reading. I love reading. I grew up playing outside. The sun doesn't set in the summer, and you have all summer off as a kid. So you are outdoors
all day long.
All day long.
But I mean, you're also in the freezing cold. So
Only in the winters. So summers we'll get 90,
so it's pretty hot.
100.
Okay.
Yeah. So summers are great. 80 there feels like 90 in Arizona, 95.
Okay.
Beautiful
But
weather.
wintertime,
Winter
the kids
is,
are in. Everybody's inside.
So I played sports. I started
in the cold.
So I started playing basketball. I did little dribblers starting in first grade. And then, so I played basketball from 1st through 12th grade. I played volleyball 7th through 12th grade.
Wow.
My brother, we had I think we still have it. It's one of the only outdoor rinks left in Alaska.
Skating rinks.
Yeah, skating rink for hockey. Wow. My brother tried hockey when he was in elementary school. He didn't stick with it. So probably good because it was freezing going to those games.
Yeah.
But kids would practice till 25 below, probably.
I'm devastated because I hate the cold. So I'm literally sitting here how can anyone survive this? I can't even survive, 50 degrees.
Well,
I'm
what's
freezing.
so crazy is I went from -80 to 120 in Arizona. And my theory is when you're cold, you can layer, you can cuddle, you can get a fuzzy blanket, you can start a fire. Yes. When you're hot, you're hot.
You're hot. Yeah,
Don't touch me. I could take everything off. I'm still hot and uncomfortable. But there's a nice medium, which is this weather right now, which is why I'm moving here.
Why you're moving here. Surprise.
Yeah, this is fantastic. I might not leave.
Oh, if you move here, we're done, right? We're done. Okay, how did growing up in Alaska shape your mindset and independence? Because it sounds like you spent a lot of time working, physically working in extreme conditions. So you probably are very independent.
Yes, my daddy raised me to be both my parents, amazing people, raised me to be very independent. My dad always likes to joke. I didn't read you fairy tales. I read you going on a bear hunt when you're like, can't go over it, can't go under it, gotta go through it.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I think I started my first job at 13. Mm-hmm. I babysat when I was younger, but then one of my friend's parents owned a lodge and I waitress/hostess there at 13 for cash.
Wow.
And started working there. And, it's kind of funny because a small town, right? I had the same kids in my school from first grade through 12th grade.
Wow.
And I really struggled with good friends. And so I spent a lot of time by myself even. I loved to read. I was very good at entertaining myself, but it was also really hard. Mm-hmm. And so I was independent, but I didn't always want to be. I was kind of forced to be, you know?
Did you get bullied?
Yeah. So it's obviously different than it is now. You know what I mean? It's now
bullying looks different.
Bullying is completely different.
Right.
But when you're in a small town like that and everybody's doing a movie night together and everyone's invited, but you're not. My brother would be invited to these and I wouldn't.
Why?
I don't know. I don't talk to anybody I went to high school. I didn't talk to anybody I grew up with.
Yeah.
None of them.
Yeah.
I didn't have the middle school, high school bestie. I didn't have anything like that.
Yeah.
Occasionally I'll have some of the girls now reach out and they're following my journey and they're supportive and I appreciate that because we're all grown. Mm-hmm. But back then being kind of ostracized and feeling left out and not understanding why, it's really hard. Yeah. Especially as a young female.
Yeah. And you still don't know why?
No, it's funny because it's just, it never made sense to me. I hate it when people are jealous of you. Because I was not cute as a child. I'll tell you that right now. I had ugly duckling syndrome. This is new, I like to say. I grew into my own, but I was always, people would say, you're smart, you're athletic, you're pretty. People don't like that. And I'm like, I'm just me. Mm-hmm. And I don't see anybody else not being that way. Mm-hmm. So what's so different about me?
I so get that.
And I'm really grateful now because I have some of the best friends I could ask for now, and some of the most supportive women in my life.
But these are you've met later
recently.
on.
Recently.
Yeah.
So high school, middle school, high school, it was really tough, actually. And when you're in a small town, it's not like you can bounce clicks or move around or anything.
Everybody knows what's going on with everybody.
Yeah. I remember vividly, it was my junior year of high school. Our basketball team was like 6 or 7 girls only. It was either junior or senior year. I think it was, I want to say maybe it was senior year. We were going to state for the first time, first or second time, because we went my junior year and we went my senior year. It was one of those years, and one of the girls on my team, her and her long distance boyfriend had broken up recently, and he was there for the games because he lived at one of the nearby towns. We were all having a big bonfire afterwards to celebrate. So this must have been my junior year. And we went to one of the other girls' house. Well, I was driving over with my brother, one of my best guy friends at the time. And then they knew this guy too. So they're like, hop in the car. No big deal. Well, she saw him get out of my car and and I was like, I'm not interested in him. I didn't invite him in the car. We're all coming to the same place. You guys said you were cool. Like, I want nothing to do with this. But it bled over into when we went to state the next week and just these issues. And I was like, I didn't do anything here. And it's just things like that that you can't really comprehend or have a conversation about. And it's like, if this had been any other girl, it wouldn't have been an issue.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you look back now and be like, where are y'all now?
It's kind of funny because
where y'all at now?
I thought I would. And when I wanted to leave Glen Allen, I was like, I'm going to go to a big university and I'm going to join the sorority and I'm going to do this and do this. And I didn't end up doing any of that. But I'm so happy and content with my life and where I'm at. I don't really think about where other people are at because it doesn't have any effect on me.
Yeah.
And I let it affect me so much when I was younger. I can't give that kind of energy to people anymore. Yeah. And so, like I said, a lot of us are on social media together, heart here, like here, comment here. And I appreciate it. I'm grateful for it. And I hope that things are going well with your life too, because if I hadn't overcome some of that or learned how to be independent and learned how to have thick skin, I would not be where I'm at right now.
Yeah,
especially with the show.
I was going to say with the show. Oh, we're going to talk about that.
Oh my
with
gosh.
the show, you have to grow thick skin really fast.
Oh, I learned that.
Being in the public life. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, I'll do it for you. Where y'all at now? That's all I gotta say. That's my Brooklyn. That's what I feel. Where are y'all at now? Okay, so it sounds like you have been very athletic. You played sports. How did the fitness shift happen for you? Like where you knew that this is something that you wanted to build a career around or coach women or people or whatever?
So we're going to get into actually a couple things that I haven't really talked about before. So.
Excuse me. Okay, let me just take a drink.
Pause.
Okay, I'm ready.
So I was an athlete, and I was just naturally good at sports, which was really great. And my dad, when I was looking at what I wanted to do for school, my dad wanted me to be an anesthesiologist. I'm afraid of needles, which is very ironic considering my current career.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm going to be a physical therapist. I've been in and out of physical therapy for a while.
What is your current career, just for the rich girls?
I'm in medical sales.
Okay.
Great career for rich girls.
Yeah. Love this.
And I have a product that deals with vascular access lines. So I'm watching insertions and needles all day long. So old me would be like, what are you doing?
Right.
What are you doing?
Right.
But I love my job and I love my product and I absolutely love my company. So when I moved down to Phoenix, I always wanted to model. Like that was ever since I was a little girl. I wanted to model. I wanted to do the glam lifestyle. When we finally got Satellite, I think when I was like a sophomore or junior, Project Runway, America's Next Top Model, all of those things. So I developed a very twisted sense of kind of body dysmorphia. And actually, I haven't talked about this yet, I don't think. When I was in elementary school, middle school, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, those same girls that I thought I was friends with, I have a scar across my stomach from a life-saving surgery when I was a baby. And we were all sitting around, you know, being girls, and someone's like, you have rolls. And that triggered me. You know what I mean? So I really struggled with that. And then moving to Phoenix, I was like, I want to be skinny. I want to model. I want to be skinny. And I'm 5'9". Right now I'm a healthy one between 137 and 140 pounds of muscle. I was 125 at the time, which is a big difference.
Yeah.
I was itty bitty.
Huge.
And I was like,
difference.
I got to get skinnier. I got to get skinnier. And I did, because I don't eat when I'm stressed. And in like 2011, 2012, my ex-fiance left me and I hit like 115 pounds. Yeah.
Can I tell you something to just align with this? So recently, literally, there have been like 2 big losses in my life. The partner that I was with for 8 years, and then my son is in rehab now. So we just went through something major with him. And I came back from my vacation and like isolated myself for like 4 to 5 days and lost 10 pounds in a few days. And I didn't even notice. And then I was like, I'm not eating.
Yeah.
Now, here's what's crazy. Everybody that knows me, I'm a foodie. I fucking love food.
If there's one thing I'm going to do, it's eat.
Same.
I'm going to eat.
So when it turned off, I didn't even notice it. And I told my girls, I was like, I just got on the scale and I'm 136. I haven't been 130 anything for 20 something years. And
Isn't
like,
that wild?
I forgot about food. That was a first.
Yeah.
Usually I will just be eating cake and sweet and sugar. Like I would load it in.
Yep.
This was the first time that it went the other way for me, that I just didn't think about food and didn't care about it. And I'm still struggling a little bit. Like I'm trying to turn it back on.
I did. I had to do weight gainer shakes for a little while because I was so stressed out. I'll send you the brand that I like. It's really good. Very clean. Only like 5 ingredients.
Yeah.
And you can break it up, which is great. But most people, they binge, right?
Right.
No. I will go days. I won't even think about food. And I'm the same way. Food, that is my 6th love language.
Everything. So when it turns off, it's so bizarre. This is the first time in my life I've ever experienced that. Like,
if you're like me, which we're very similar,
exactly
we
like
are.
You.
That'll probably be your new stress response. And so during stressful times, for me, having protein shakes, having weight gainer shakes, because you still have to hydrate, you know what I mean?
Right.
And a lot of it is water weight. Like you're not losing 10 pounds of muscle right away or 10 pounds of fat immediately. Right. But it's one of those things where you do start to damage your metabolism over time. And I always say vanity has like gotten me through some of the hardest times, because I'm like, okay, I still have to do this, or this, because I'm vain about certain things. You know what I mean? Like I've worked hard to get where I'm at.
Right.
I can't just give that up because, this boyfriend broke up with me, or this friend isn't talking to me, or I didn't get this contract. Like it's hard, but you can't give them that much power.
Exactly. Yeah.
So there's like a very fine line between all of that.
Yeah. So the body dysmorphic.
Yeah. So I had that. I had an agency reach out to me at a scout, and she's like, I really like your look. And then I applied to the agency, and we just need you to be a little bit thinner. And after some time, I was a cardio bunny. I was doing cardio and doing the treadmill and doing all this stuff. But I really missed lifting weights, because I lifted weights in high school. And you just feel good doing it. So then I was like, all right, I want to get like a really good ass. You know what I mean? Like I'm like a flat little pancake board right now. I'm not liking this.
Yeah.
And I have some before and after pictures of like when I was super, super, super skinny, and then to what I ended up building. And now I'm at a pretty good medium. And the more I started diving in, and fitness has changed so much since I first started to get into it. And I'm like, man, if I knew what I knew, if I knew then what I knew now, which hindsight always.
Right.
But I started to really kind of work through my struggles, with body dysmorphia and eating disorders. And
Did you have a specific eating disorder?
so just that, and like I could not make myself throw up. I'm not someone who throws up. That thought never crossed my mind.
This is scaring me.
I just don't
We're
eat.
like the same person. I can't throw up.
No.
I'm just not.
I hate it. It's not happening. Like,
Right.
Again, that's just one of those things. I'm like, I'm going to wear away the enamel on my teeth. I'm not sticking my fingers down my throat.
Yeah.
And I have friends who really still struggle, and it's hard to see because you see these beautiful women and we don't see ourselves properly. And so, and back then it was the Tyra Banks, America's Next Top Model, and it was before the body positivity, which you can go too far each way, right? We have pendulum swings.
Right. 100%.
My thing now is health, being healthy, and that looks different because my bone structure is different than someone else's bone structure.
Right.
You have to build what's going to be healthy for you.
Right.
So I just kind of started getting more into, I was like, I'm going to be vegetarian or I'm going to do this. And I tried all the extreme things. Didn't last very long because it's not necessarily sustainable, not for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Same.
And I think it was 2021 that I started Cakeco Fitness. And a lot of the girls I worked with at first had eating disorders. And it was about improving mind, body, spirit, your relationship with yourself. And that's really when I started to develop self-love and actually like myself.
Right.
Which there's a big difference between loving yourself and liking who you are.
Absolutely.
And we talked about it a little bit earlier. I hate to admit it, I was kind of a pick-me. Like, every girl I saw as competition because that's how I grew up, where I had to have this armor and be ready for anything and you can't trust. And oh my God, Lisa, it's exhausting. It's exhausting.
Right.
And so.
Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah.
Because we talked about this earlier, but there is healthy competition.
For sure.
I really believe in that. And men do it so well. And women are always, pitted against each other.
Yep.
And, it's seen as in a negative light for us. But for them, it's a positive thing, right? That they compete and they compete well. And then, they play games against each other that, that's all good, right? But for us, it's seen as a negative thing. And I truly believe that there is healthy competition. I think you should be looking at your competition.
Who's going to help you grow?
How are you going to know? How are you going to know where you need to be, where you need to excel, where you need to improve if you're not looking at someone who's doing it just like you or better than you?
Exactly.
I think that's a great thing.
And you don't have to want them to fail. You just want to succeed also.
Absolutely.
And
you can want us both to win.
There's room at the table for everybody.
Absolutely.
There really is. At my table, you can all eat.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You can all eat.
You can all eat.
100%.
And it's funny because I started doing this with my dad. Because if a guy says something, they're assertive. If women do it, you're nagging. And so he would say something.
Or you're aggressive. Which is interesting. Assertive for them, aggressive for us.
Yeah. My dad would say, you're being bossy. And I was like, or am I acting like a CEO?
You better say that.
Am I being bossy or am I acting like a CEO? Because you wouldn't tell my brother he's being bossy.
That's right. You wouldn't. How many men do you hear someone referring to as bossy? Never.
No.
They're just in control.
I started to.
They're just authoritative. They're just powerful.
I started to because I'm like, you're being a little whiny.
Yeah.
You're being a little bit needy. Yeah. And they're like, no, I'm not. I'm like, well, when I was acting like this or less dramatic.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
So tell me about Cakeco Fitness. Where did the name come from? What do you do? Tell the rich girls, because everybody's going to know how to get in part of this. Like, how do we get involved in this?
So it's so funny. I started Cakeco because everybody for the longest time, like the emoji for glutes was the peach or cakes, right? You're building cakes.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, Cakeco Fitness. Cute. Here we go. We're building glutes because that's what a lot of girls came to me for. They're like, I want glutes like yours. I want to look.
I want glutes like yours. Can you?
Girl.
All right.
We could talk.
Let's do it. Let's fix that shit.
And so it was during the pandemic. So I did a lot of online programming. And I will say right now, I am not a registered dietitian. I will not assign meal plans. I know some people that do, and I did at first, but now I do macros because I want you to have flexibility with what you're choosing to eat and any type of sensitivities or issues. Because people always kind of have some underlying health issues or something like that.
Got it.
You know what I mean? For instance, I really try now to be gluten-free because I have PCOS and it reduces inflammation in my body. But I didn't know that at the time. So I'm eating all my carbs and my pasta and everything that tastes good, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not in person because I'm so busy with everything else, but I do online programming. I'm working on an ebook right now, which I'm going to be excited about.
I love that.
A 4-week program if people just kind of want to get started and see how it goes.
Oh, I want to do that.
And then I do offer like customized programming and customized macros as well.
Okay.
And so because I'm so busy,
body type.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's based on your goals and what you want and kind of, okay, are you at home? Are you in the gym? What experience level do you have? Because sometimes we have to start from the ground up. The one thing that drives me nuts, and I say everyone, even coaches have coaches.
Right.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
When I used to compete, I had a coach. I have people now that
Wait, compete?
So I did bodybuilding competitions.
You did?
Yeah. Yep. I was a bikini athlete.
Oh, we got to throw in an image of this.
I was a bikini athlete.
You were?
So I competed for the first time in 2015. Oh my gosh. And I did really well. I got nationally qualified, my first show.
Wow.
And then I competed again in 2023. And
2 years ago.
I did a 7-week prep, which most on average, your prep is going to be 12 to 16 weeks. I was bored. I was also, he knows this now because we're good friends, but I was semi-spiteful at one of my exes because he always wanted me to compete because he's also into fitness and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I never wanted to. And I was kind of being a little bit, I do my best work under spite, I like to say. And I was
Under spite?
Yeah. I was like, well, me being petty, there was a competition in like 7 weeks and I found a coach who was like, could we do this? She's like, yeah, we could do it. I should have been in a different division because my feedback from the judges was you have too much glutes. And I was like, thank you.
Are you kidding me?
I appreciate that. But for the look for the athlete, I needed to be more symmetrical.
Yeah.
So I should have done the wellness division. I think I would have done really well. I did bikini, but I still placed well for a 7-week prep.
Okay.
And I could have been a little bit more conditioned. But during that time, that summer was when I was stressed out. I wasn't really eating. And so when I started eating even just regular amounts of food, my body recomped. So I actually built muscle in a prep. And I'll disclaimer, I don't take supplements. I know in the bodybuilding industry, no, I don't take supplements as far as PEDs or anything like that.
Yeah.
Vitamins, minerals, all that stuff. I keep wanting to start peptides now just for health reasons, but I can't inject myself.
You can't?
No.
Are you sure? Have you tried?
I have to inject my dog because she has Addison's disease. So once a month I have to give her a shot and I cry every time. And like I only have to do the insulin needle for myself and I have to do like a big needle for her. But
have you tried to inject yourself?
No, I look at the syringes and I go, I got them out of the box the other day and that was progress.
Okay, well, first of all, my question is, I need to know what peptides this is that you're talking about because I'm fine injecting myself. But I thought I couldn't until recently. I told the doctor, I was like, I can't inject myself. Like, there's no way. And she's like, well, have you tried? And I was like, no. She's like, well, then how do you know?
I look at it and I get queasy. I know it's like nothing. This big, but
it's nothing.
And I get Botox. So I'm like, it's that kind of needle. You know what I mean? Like my forehead, I can do it. So like a little bit of pinch here shouldn't be a big deal.
You can do it. You just need to like literally just do it one time. You're going to be like, oh my God, this was nothing.
I know.
It's nothing. You can do it.
I know.
But I need to know what the peptides. Want to earn high returns on real estate without flipping houses or being a landlord? Inside the Mogul Mama Investors Club, everyone gets the same return, no matter how much you invest. And you can start with as little as $500. Join the club today at herrichlifepodcast.com/mogul.
So I'm trying to start the very first one that I absolutely should have been doing for a while. It's DSIP, Delta Sleep Inducing Peptide. So I don't sleep. I sleep 2 hours.
Is this a joke?
There's a reason we met.
I have to take trazodone every night to sleep.
Okay,
my doctor prescribed it. Yeah.
That's so funny because my dog has trazodone for
Everybody
anxiety.
Anytime I say
anxiety.
I take trazodone, they're like, I give that to my dog. I'm like, that's great.
But so I've tried it and it doesn't work for me.
Yeah, well, let me give you a little bit more of the story. So I take trazodone, but I also
Okay.
have to take 2 magnesiums, a propranolol, which is a beta blocker.
Yep.
And I have to take 3 over-the-counter sleep aids,
Do you have
unfortunately.
have you been tested for an MTHFR genetic mutation?
No, is this something to do with the thyroid?
So it's, I'm going to get this wrong right now, so I don't want to misspeak, but it is, MTHFR has to do with your methylation process in your body. And if you have genetic mutations, there's pretty much 2 big ones. It's very rare to have both. I have both.
Of course.
Of course.
I'm sure I do too.
I'm special.
I'm sure I have it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I have it, you have it.
Exactly.
So pretty much. And your body doesn't methylate things properly. So like your B vitamins you shouldn't take folic. You either don't take folate or folic acid. I think you don't take folic acid. You need folate, like the natural raw form of it. And for everyone watching this, that's like, you're getting that mixed up. I might be getting that mixed up.
That's fine.
But it's one of the 2.
Yeah.
And so I started taking, it's a thorn, like methylated B vitamin, because insomnia is part of it. And I sleep 2 hours solid. And after that, I am awake.
Yeah.
And I will doze in and out and whatnot. But it's been this way my whole life. Because everyone's like, do you drink? I don't drink caffeine.
Me either.
I don't like.
Yeah. I've been
everything
ever
you're
since I was a
supposed to
child.
do.
Yeah.
My mom was like, I cried begging you to sleep
Yeah.
at like 2 years old and you wouldn't do it.
Yeah. You know what I remember is, nap time on the cots in kindergarten.
Yeah.
I remember that. I'll never forget it. Every single day was nap time and I would never fall asleep and I'd watch all the other kids sleeping the whole time. Never go to sleep.
Same.
And I've taken Ambien and I'm wide
It
awake.
doesn't work.
Oh yeah, it doesn't work. Like nothing other than this. This was the first time that I had.
And she said, write that down
and she's
for me.
like, you can't take all the over the counter with the trazodone. Like she's like, Lisa, you can't do that. And I'm like, well, I won't sleep. But the trazodone with all that, we're sleeping.
It's funny because I function fine. I
Me
function
too.
fine. Like
that's because we're probably just used to.
That's the thing. And I always like to joke. I'm like, if God gave me a solid 6 to 8 hours of sleep, solid, I would take over the world. So
I would be ruling a country.
So
you kidding?
We can't have that, apparently. So I'm only going to get doses. Yeah, I'm like, well, with the trazodone mixture, maybe we can.
Listen.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we have to talk about the TV show.
Million Dollar
Secret. How the hell did that happen? You were from Alaska. How did you end up on this show? And also tell the rich girls, like, what is the premise of this show? What is this about?
All right, rich girls, let's get into it. So I do not currently own a TV. I don't watch reality TV. I've never...
Wait, at all?
No.
You don't have a TV?
No, since I moved into my place in 2022, I do not have a TV in my house. I had to borrow my brother's Netflix login in order to watch my own show.
Stop it.
On my laptop. Yeah. So
this is by choice?
By choice, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Bookshelves full.
Yeah, reading.
I have my own library.
Yeah.
And I will watch things on my laptop or put it on the background every now and then but I didn't grow up with it, so it's not really my thing.
Right.
I've never seen The Bachelor. I've never seen The Bachelorette. I'm not a reality TV person at all. I know everybody's like, I told a guy that once, he's like, that's a green flag. I'm like, okay.
I am the junkie of the junkies.
See?
Oh, I know all of them. I watch Love Island.
Now with like TikTok and social media, I'm like, okay, I can kind of pick up on stuff.
Yeah.
So in 2019, I was working for a medical company and I bopped around the US to different hospitals. I was in LA actually, and a casting director reached out to me and they're like, hey, would you be interested in doing a reality TV show?
But how did they reach out to you? On social media?
On Instagram, yeah.
Well, were you posting?
I was posting that I was in the area. I think I like tagged a place that I had been eating down in Santa Monica Pier or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And so they found me via that because I don't know how everything works.
Yeah.
But they reached out to me and I was like, sure, I'll hear about it. I was single at the time. I didn't know anything about reality TV. So I met with the casting producer, Bobby. We're still great friends. I absolutely love Bobby. Mm-hmm. We start chatting. He's learning my backstory, from Alaska, worked in the oil field, and now live in Scottsdale. And he's like, you do not look like someone who lived in Alaska and worked in the oil field.
Right.
It was for Temptation Island.
Oh.
I was going to be one of the singles.
Oh.
And when
that was the first opportunity.
Yeah, that was the first opportunity.
Okay.
So I kind of learned that and I went, this is not the show for me.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, if I was probably 23 at the time, 24, I might have been 25. I am not the same person. So my mindset, it would not have, Lisa, it would not have been good.
I could imagine. Me and you both, girls.
So I didn't do that. And then in 2021, I got reached out to. They're like, we think we have a show for you. And it was more of an action adventure one. It's going to be The Mole.
Yeah.
And I was in the finals for that. But it seemed like I was going to get kind of stereotyped as a certain, like the kind of, would you do absolutely anything for this? And how cutthroat would you be? And I'm like, I'm actually a really nice person. I'm not good at being that way. I don't think I could do it. Yeah. And then in 2023, I want to say they reached out about another dating show. And I got really close and I was like, you know what? Last minute, it didn't feel good. I was like, and my grandpa was having a lot of health issues at the time. And I was like, you know what? I can't do this. 2024 rolls around and Bobby calls me up and he's like, all right, kid, I have the show for you. This is the one. And thank God he never gave up on me. He's like, it's for $1 million and it's a competition series. So the premise of this, 12 strangers, no influencers, like we're regular people.
Right.
Stay-at-home moms to grandmas to construction workers to medical sales to life coaches to an in-and-out worker. Ages like 27 to 65 in that range. All different ethnicities, different backgrounds. None of us knew. We were blindfolded for like the first day. We didn't all see each other. But 12 strangers, we go into a chateau. One person has $1 million in their box. We all open up these boxes. The goal is to have the money at the end. And so you have to hide that you have the box while everyone's...
So you all don't know who has
We have no idea.
Do you know if you have the box?
You know if you have it. So you'll go in, you'll open if it's empty or $1 million. If it's $1 million, if you have the $1 million, because we're all competing in different challenges to get clues about who has the money because you vote them out every single night. We have a voting out dinner to eliminate people. If you have the $1 million, you get extra secret challenges that give you different perks throughout if you complete them. Now, keep in mind, none of us know anything about each other.
This sounds like a lot for brand new people.
Brand new. And so you have no idea what people are doing. Like I said, I was in bottle service, which in 2018, I was in bottle service for like 3 months before I was like, never again. But I wasn't, the key is to not reveal things about yourself because you don't know what could be given as a clue if you ever get the money.
Okay.
And so I think right out the gate, we had this, the very first challenge. I'm very proud of this actually. Very first challenge was at night. We had to we partnered up. They're like, pick a brawn and a brain, partner up. So I picked Philip, who's a professor and really smart, like big athletic guy. I was like, all right, between the two of us, like we got this on lock, right? Everybody partners up and then they go, you're versus each other. And I was like, I just made the biggest mistake right now. This is so bad. Oh my God. We have to run one of us.
My heart's beating.
I was the brawn.
Like we're there.
He's like this big guy, but he's like, I'll be the brain. I'm like, cool, I could be the brawn. Like, no worries.
Yeah.
And I have to run through a maze in the dark in like a vineyard full of potholes. And there's gates that are locked and each lock has 4 identical keys. So I have to figure out which key it is. Keep in mind, while I'm doing this, he is solving a code to release a Belgian Malinois to come after me.
Stop.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I'm dying.
And one of my best friends, she has a Belgian Malinois. I have a German Shepherd. They're buddies. These dogs are no joke. Like these are the police dogs.
Right.
These are the military dogs.
Right.
Now, keep in mind, I have a bite suit on and I have a little ball that it's supposed to get, but
care.
you don't know.
I don't care.
You don't know.
Count me out.
So naturally, we got picked to go first.
Of course.
Of course. So very first challenge.
Wait, did the dog attack you?
I made it.
Without an attack?
Without an attack. I won the very first challenge of the
did?
very first season of the show.
Oh my god.
So that's my little,
that's big.
I think I won the most challenges out of everyone, or I was on the team that also won the most challenges out of everyone. So I had the most accumulated wins throughout the season. Spoiler alert, everyone.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it. And I made it all 8 episodes. I only got out because the current millionaire was on my team and she sabotaged me to get me out because nobody wanted to go against me in the finals.
Oh.
And I'm like, I would have sabotaged me too.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. That was smart.
Yeah.
That was smart. So she won.
So she won.
She won the $1 million.
She
So
won the
why'd
$1
you
million.
go on the show?
It's so funny. They didn't show this. We all got to talk about, because there's so many hours of filming. They didn't share my story.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to go on the show.
Please tell us.
Because at the time, so my grandma in Phoenix and then my grandparents in Wisconsin were having a lot of health issues. And I was my grandma's primary caretaker. I was, the closest family member there. I was the one that was getting the calls at 3 a.m. when she was really struggling and having a hard time. And so I might tear up talking about this. Okay. That's the thing. I was like, I cried so much during that show and they didn't really show it, which is kind of a blessing.
I didn't see you crying.
I know. And so I wanted to be there for my family because I'm so family oriented. And my grandparents, both sets, have done so much for me. And years and years ago, when I was probably in, 7th grade, my dad's dad in Wisconsin, my grandpa, he was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's cancer. And they gave him maybe 3 years. Wow. And so we all went on a family reunion to Austria, where his family was from. And it was the first time, even the Austrian family, there had been a big divide. First time everybody had been together in years. And it was a huge blessing. He ended up getting over 20 more years. He just recently passed this July, actually.
I knew that, but yeah.
And so my grandma in Phoenix, her family's Italian, and she had never gotten to go to Italy. And I was like, I want this money to help my family so they can see where they're from, and I can take them on trips and I can take care of them and I can take care of the medical bills. Because she's a retired teacher from 2 states, worked hard her whole life, and that doesn't necessarily mean anything anymore. You know what I mean? And so, especially medical bills and whatnot, that stuff piles up. And so I'm a very family oriented person. The show doesn't show that I'm, the Scottsdale ruthless mean girl. I'm like, I'm such a nice person. That is not me at all.
But that's the narrative.
That's the narrative. Yeah. Which I do have a really good character arc. I think, at the end of episode 3, most people hate me, which is a little ironic because the girl who I voted out, she was actually the one who was like, I know Sydnee types. Oh, the loud people in the room aren't always the smartest. Oh, Sydnee triggers me. And I was like, girl.
Sydnee types.
Yeah. I was like, girl, I'm over here telling everybody that you're a strong competitive player. And also, you made a mistake because she moved the money. She was a great millionaire. She was a great millionaire. She completed her tasks with ease, so much finesse. But then she moved the money. And she told us all. She was like, I have to confess, I was the millionaire. It was so hard lying to you guys. Keep in mind, we all know each other 3 days. We're competing for $1 million.
Right.
She's crying. And then midway through crying, she starts laughing and she goes, but I have to say, I really fooled you guys. And I was like, something about that. So she told us one of the challenges she completed. And I said, so what was your second challenge? And after telling us, I'm innocent, you can trust me. She goes, well, I can't tell you that. I need an advantage to myself. And I'm like, girl, I know you're a capable liar. I don't know who has the money now. We're going to find out tomorrow. And even before we found out the next day, her and I got into it a little bit because I was like, she was very much on a high horse at that point. And I was like, does nobody else see that? Because I was like, I'm so sorry you were the millionaire first. I'm like, give me the money then if you don't want it.
Right.
But like, you're a dangerous player.
Right.
Which is a good thing. I mean that as a compliment.
Right. I mean,
you are a contender. Everyone's underestimating you. You are a contender. You did great. And she pinned me as being the millionaire. I was like, I do not have the money. She's like, you breathed funny. I was like, sorry.
You breathed funny.
You breathed funny. You breathed shallow. You look scared. I was like, I'm not scared of anybody here.
I have a question about Chris.
Oh, yeah.
So it seemed like there was a bond there.
Okay.
Was there with you and Chris? And were there some off-camera moments we didn't see?
Funny story. There is no off-camera moments that anyone missed because if the cameras weren't on, we were all separated.
Oh.
We could not talk or interact off camera because it would disrupt the storyline.
Oh.
So once the mics and cameras were off, that was it. Like we were sequestered in our rooms and we had hall monitors. I consider Chris a good friend and it was nothing more than that. And again, there's always editing and this and that. And
Are you friends now?
We're friends now. Actually, we chat every now and then. And we were really good friends. Chris, Jamie, and Kyle were the ones. They actually came out to visit me in Scottsdale right around the show time.
Yeah.
It was really fun to see them. Kyle and I talk a lot. Jamie and I talk every so often. And it's so funny because we actually had a group chat with everyone, the whole cast, right? And as soon as those episodes start dropping, people start seeing what you're saying behind each other's backs. And that chat has been quiet.
I bet. Yeah. That's got to be hard. I mean, it's just got to be hard.
You're trauma bonded.
Of course.
But then there's also things where you're like, oh, so you said that and you said this. And like, I remember Cara said something about like, oh yeah, you know, Sydnee in a bikini. I'm like, girl, you were in a bikini and you look good too. So what's the difference? You didn't tell us about your husband until I asked about him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was like after we eliminated half the people.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Oh man, y'all got to go watch. Y'all got to watch.
It's a good show.
Y'all got to go watch.
It's so
such
funny.
a good show.
My godfather from Wisconsin, he hates reality TV. And he was like, I'm going to watch it to support Sydnee. I was just home visiting them for the funeral. And he was like, you know what, Sid? I got to tell you, I was going to begrudgingly watch it. And then I got hooked and I was like, I'd watch it even if Sydnee isn't on it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one. So how has reality TV changed your life? And more specifically, has it changed your dating life? Are you dating anyone right now?
Oh, good questions. So I was just talking with someone about this the other day that was on reality TV where I was like, do you ever have to think about like if people are dating you because you were on the show or not? Right. And it's changed my life and it's opened up a lot of opportunities for me.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun because I'll be at the airport or I'll go to my grocery store, Sprouts, and people recognize me and they have questions or can we get a picture? You're my girlfriend's favorite character. And I'm like, let's do a video. I'll say hi to her, something like that. And it's fun because it's in a space I've always wanted to be in and I want to use it to grow into the beauty and fashion industry, which I think is going to be really great. And it does open up doors. It's about who you know, right? Yeah. And I have such a great team behind me. As far as dating right now,
this is my favorite subject.
We're not gonna hard launch anything.
Hard launch.
We're not gonna hard launch anything. Soft launch. Dating has been not really a focus in all honesty, just because I have so many things that I want to build right now. And I haven't talked about dating with anybody. Oh my gosh.
No, we're talking about it now.
I have been a serial monogamist most of my life.
Stop.
Yes.
See, this is the independence thing that I wanted to come back around to.
Yes.
Really?
And most of them were not great choices. But I will say part of that, I think, looking back, because as my therapist would say, I'm very self-aware, because I struggled to build bonds and connection with women, which is what I really wanted, was to feel that sense of community. Instead, I was like, okay, well, male attention, and not in the sleeping around promiscuous, but having a partner.
Right. Yeah.
And so I stayed in situations a lot longer than I should have. So many of them.
Sydnee, listen to me. My therapist literally just said to me, you stay too long. Like, you're a fighter. You know, that's just who I am.
We want to see the best in people.
I'm not going to quit. But she's like, you just stay too long. I cannot believe you just said that. I swear to goodness. Like, it's like we're the same person.
See?
Literally, she said the same thing. You just stay too long. Like, it's okay to fight. It's okay to give it your all, but you got to get out sooner than this.
At some point, and I think it comes back to that self-love, right? I asked one of my exes, what would you do if someone was treating your daughter the way that you're treating me or your mom or your sister? Would that be acceptable behavior? And then I had to start thinking about, okay, if one of my friends was coming to me with this situation, like, I will never tell you unless it's really dangerous. Like, you have to leave. I get it. We love who we love.
Yeah.
But would one of your friends deserve this type of treatment?
Right.
Guess what? We are with ourselves all of the time. Like, we are ourselves best friends.
Yeah.
And I'm really big on, if it is meant to be, it'll come back around because we're all at different phases of our lives. I'm also a serial repeater. So like, I've had on and off with the same couple people most of my 20s.
Stop.
Yeah. And
I do the same thing.
Yep, because it's comfortable.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Familiar.
It's familiar.
Yeah.
It's comfortable.
Yeah.
They know you. You
Yeah.
have history.
Right.
You want to believe things have changed.
Right. So are you doing that now?
No, I'm not doing that now. I'm good friends now, strictly friends with a couple of my exes because we had the realizations as we grew up and matured that we wanted to be in each other's lives, but we weren't kind of like that.
Yeah.
Some of my exes I do not speak to.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I had an ex-fiance. I had an ex that when I first met him, he was actually going to be he was in auditions for The Bachelorette. Yeah.
Wow.
And he really wanted to do, it's kind of funny because now I'm on Netflix. He never got on any of the shows that I know of. I haven't spoken to him in years. I still have his family on social media and hope that everything's going great.
Mm-hmm.
Like parents are great.
Of course.
Sister, everyone's great. No ill will whatsoever. But he was in auditions to be on The Bachelorette at the time. And we were on and off for a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that he really wanted to break into the entertainment industry. I don't know if he has or not. I kind of hope that because that was always his dream and I'm supportive of all of that. But it's going to be interesting to see how dating is moving forward because I don't like leaving my house. I'm not going to the bar. I'm not going to go drink. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not doing the apps. I do not have what is it? Hinge,
Raya,
Tinder, Bumble, all of those.
Yeah.
I don't have the apps and I'm like.
But you have enough exposure now that you probably don't need that.
You know, it's kind of weird because people go, "Oh, your DMs must be
Blowing up?
popping." No.
Yeah.
Not really. And a lot of things go to message requests, which I didn't even know was a thing for a long time.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of
They
like,
just sit over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I won't
So
date.
you're not dating anybody now?
No, not currently. I'm not going to date someone from my gym because I've done that before. If we break up, who gets the gym?
Right.
Not you.
Right.
I'm not going to get stressed out. It's to lower my cortisol levels. I'm not going to go into like cardiac arrest every time you walk into the gym. So it's going to have to be at like Sprouts or something like that, I guess.
Or Whole Foods.
I don't know.
Have you seen the men at Whole Foods?
I have not.
What?
No. I don't know if it's the same in Scottsdale.
Okay, go to the Whole Foods here.
I will say Southern guys have a whole different type of charm though. The guys in Scottsdale, my dad is a man's man. He built our house. He built our hangar.
Love a good man.
I know how to do all that stuff. I don't want to. I know how to change my tire. I know how to check my oil. I know how to fix things around the house. I don't want to.
Nor should you.
So I need someone who's going to be able to do all of that.
Yeah.
And so far, like the Scottsdale, I see what my friends go through and I'm like,
girl, you're missing a whole thing at Whole Foods. I don't know if it's the same there, but Whole Foods here.
I was just there this morning.
It's like you went
to Whole Foods this morning. Damn, I maybe met my future husband almost.
It's wild. The men that are in Whole Foods are totally different from the men I've ever seen anywhere. And they come in so polished and clean cut and, they have their baskets. And here's the crazy thing. The only time I've gone to Whole Foods is with my daughter and the baby, my grandbaby. And so I go with her so I could give her a break and I hold the baby. But they think she's my baby.
Well, have you seen yourself?
Listen.
Okay.
They think she's my baby. And I'm going, no, like she's my grandbaby. Like, hello. Like, pay attention. But they're like gorgeous.
Interesting.
Oh, you gotta go back to Whole Foods.
Maybe that's where I'm gonna start doing
Whole
like
Foods is a whole thing.
My work because I know they have like tables and a little seating area and all that stuff. Go work at Whole Foods.
Work at Whole Foods.
Dating
and
advice
them.
for all the rich girls.
Yeah, because they're watching. They're watching. They've looked and I'm just like, damn, it's my grandbaby. It's not my baby.
You're like get a sign. You need to get a sign to print on her stroller
it's
and like
my grandbaby.
Yeah. I'm just watching her.
Okay, so lastly, what does her rich life mean to you?
Such a good question. And when I was younger, I probably would have answered, it's the designer bags and it's the shoes and it's all that. But you know what you get with that is freedom. Freedom
is everything.
If you have freedom, and money's a tool, right?
Right.
Money is a tool. If you can have money doesn't buy happiness, but it buys you freedom.
Yeah. It buys you things that make you happy.
Exactly. And why is that bad?
But that's my question. Why is it such a thing to say money buys
It's bad for
happiness?
women to say that because we're gold diggers. You know what I mean? But if a man says he wants to make a lot of money, it's a good thing. Well, what if my dad provided for my mom. My mom worked also, and she took, but my dad is a provider. Why is it bad that I want someone to provide for me?
Yeah,
because when I'm happy, I will make your life 100 times better.
Oh, absolutely.
And
there's
softer.
nothing wrong with that.
And you know what? What's going to make me happy? I want to go on the trip. I want to go explore the world with you.
You can't do that without money.
You can't. I mean, I guess there's, the Peace Corps and all that kind of stuff that you can do too, which is great.
That's wonderful.
Don't get me wrong, but having a rich life,
access or journey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Having her rich life is having the freedom to make the choices that you want to make.
Say that, girl. That's it.
And if that is your designer bags and shoes, fantastic.
That's
if that
the
is
freedom.
Traveling while living, fantastic. If that is buying your first house, if that is whatever freedom equals to you, not depending on any man.
Yep.
Choosing the man that you want, having someone else provide for you.
Yeah.
I do not shame. That is your journey, but having that freedom without having to worry, because
so true.
Even this last year, I've noticed, I was looking at pictures of me last year and I was like, I looked different just because I was less stressed. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And stress, I hate to say, but it shows on us.
It does.
And when I have financial stress, it starts to show.
It wears on you.
It
big
does.
Time.
And one of my good friends, she's like, I want to make more than any man. And I was like, that's fantastic. And if that's what makes you happy, then do that.
Do it. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm really lucky because my dad started teaching financial freedom at a really young age. So when I was in 13, when I first started my job, you pay yourself first. Start at 10%. You invest.
Yeah.
I've been working with their financial planner since early college years and growing and building. And, in 2022, I bought my first property. I'm looking at buying another one now to start building up that as well.
Right.
Not everybody's had the same kind of access to that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm really lucky with it. But luckily, all the rich girls have access to you.
See, we got it all. We got it all. So I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. You make me so happy.
Oh my gosh.
You have no idea.
So
We're
glad we met.
literally
We were supposed to.
kindred spirits, like kindred. Okay, quick round of a game.
Oh.
Cash or trash? Having a couple's IG or YouTube channel together.
Trash.
Wow. You don't think that you should do that?
I will say, in my opinion, somebody's cheated usually.
Ugh.
Not necessarily YouTube, but if it's a shared Instagram or Facebook, somebody's cheated.
Yeah. I got that. Okay, cash or trash? Ghosting someone after a bad first date.
Trash. You can at least say, you can have the common courtesy to say, hey, I appreciate your time. This wasn't for me. It's 0.2 seconds to send a text.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree. Okay, cash or trash? Posting your partner on social media before exclusivity.
I will not post my man. I might post his hand at the wedding. But
his hand at the wedding.
Yeah, we might post
it.
the back, him from the back.
That's it. Like
well,
you do with the kids.
I'm looking at the camera and
Don't show their face.
Yeah.
That's so funny. So you're not into that social media. Okay.
I think it's hard nowadays.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Yeah. It just makes it harder, and it's hard as it is. Cash or trash? Sharing your deep secrets with friends.
Cash.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. Cash or trash? Ditching friends for your man.
Ooh, trash. And I used to do that. I was a habitual, when I was in my little relationship bubble, that was it. But you know who picks you up when that bubble pops? Your friends.
Yeah, they do. They do. So I do agree with that. Okay, cash or trash? Letting friends influence your personal decisions.
Trash.
Agreed.
I think it's good to get advice, but if you are not developing your own thoughts and personality.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't trust you.
Yeah.
If you're always swayed by other people's opinions, I don't trust you because you can't have your own.
I totally agree. This is not on here, but I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Cash or trash? Kissing on the first date.
Trash. Will not. I will not.
Wow.
even like physical, we'll say like even sex. I hate to say this because people are like, well, then they just hang around, but like 3 months minimum.
Before you have sex.
Yeah. I'm busy. I have things going. You bought me a nice dinner. Thank you. You got to enjoy my company. That's what you wanted to do. If you're looking for this, that, or the other, like, I'm just not your girl. And there's nothing wrong with people who are more comfortable with that or more flexible with their sexuality.
Just not your thing.
Just not my thing.
Not for you. Got it. So my thought is I felt that way in my 20s and my 30s and my 50s after a marriage and children, and I have grandbabies. I don't care. I'm not trying to lock you down. No. So I don't care. So if I do see a future with someone though, I will not.
Yeah.
But if I don't, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not trying to build nothing. I'm just trying to have fun tonight.
I always joke though, because I'm like, this is the only instance where, because some people are like, well, what if you get really invested? And I made the joke because like girls will get unsolicited dick pics, right? Yeah. And I was like, the only time those are appropriate is when like you're starting to get invested in someone and you need to make sure that like you didn't like, what happens if it's, you know, not up to par? Like one of my girlfriends, she had someone, she's like, I swear it was a shrimp dick. And I was like, and you put all that time in and then like you had an emotional bond and now what?
Yeah. Now that's problematic.
You know what I mean?
You got to know.
So
you got to survey the land.
Yeah.
Before we got to know.
So
ahead of time. Because I ain't going to be disappointed in that point. That's a problem. Because I can't hide my feelings. So
my face.
That's same.
My dad will call me. And my dad will
know.
say, the first word out of your mouth, I give your mom a thumbs up or thumbs down. And I was like, I can't lie. I'm a terrible liar.
Me too.
I can't do it.
I'm a terrible liar.
Yeah.
Like I'm brutally honest. I just tell the
truth.
truth.
My face will tell you.
So I'm literally like, bro,
yeah.
we got to figure this out before you see it on my face. So send me a picture.
Then your feelings are going to get hurt.
Send me a picture.
Yeah.
Then
with
we can
reference.
resolve it with reference. Exactly. What an amazing conversation. I knew it would be. I love you. You're my favorite.
I feel like we could just sit here and talk for hours. I'm like, oh my gosh.
We can turn the cameras on and just keep going. Cameras off and keep going. Well, that's a wrap on today's episode of Her Rich Life. Huge thanks to Sydnee Falkner for keeping it real, sharing her journey, and giving us all the behind the scenes tea from her coaching, reality TV, and personal life. Remember, this is the group chat you wish you were in. So keep living boldly, loving yourself, and making every move count. Until next time, stay rich in life, mindset, and everything in between. Bye.
Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Hey, rich girls. Thanks so much for tuning in to Her Rich Life. If you love this episode, be sure to follow us on all social media platforms at Her Rich Life Podcast. New episodes drop every other Monday at 6 p.m. on Spotify and all other streaming platforms. So don't forget to like, share, and drop the link in your group chats with all of your BFFs. So let's keep building this rich, powerful community together. Till next time, stay rich in mindset, confidence, and in purpose.